any better weather than this. The sun is shining, not a cloud in the sky right now. It is gorgeous on this 4th of July.
And of course, we're tribute to Ray C., dear departed Ray C., who would host this. I want to shout out to his family right across the street here. They came all the way up from Florida. They were on this morning's broadcast. And this is just another great day. Of course, God has blessed us with a sunshine day to tribute Ray this morning.
Absolutely. We want to thank them so much for making the trip up from Florida in some spots. So thank you so much for coming. And those of you Fitchburg residents, we know that, of course, Ray C. was the voice of the area. And anytime there was an event, he hosted it once, and then he hosted it for the next 30-plus years in some areas. I was on the air for 49 years broadcasting in this community. Yes. We know we can never replace him, but we want to honor him with this ceremony.
So just a little piece of Ray this morning, of course, helping us here on the stand, Sabrina Raymondelli, Ray's niece. And Sabrina, it's great to see you this morning.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it so much. I want to give a shout out especially to my Auntie Rose, his wonderful partner. Loved you so much always. Brought you everywhere. I was always with you with Uncle Ray on these days. So God bless the USA and God bless my Uncle Ray and his whole family. Thank you guys.
We have just such a great show in store for you this morning. WPKZ's Travis Condon with us, of course.
Thank you.
And so we see the first contingent coming up. The police motorcycles will be coming by the reviewing stand in just a few moments. Travis, it's just a great day.
It is a great day indeed, and we couldn't ask for better weather. And folks, a quick reminder as the parade does roll through, try and keep the kids out of the street. It's going to be a lot of fun, though, so they want to hear you chanting and clapping and hollering and everything else, because these folks have got up early to line up and to get their cars and their floats and their displays all ready just for you hardworking folks as we celebrate America's Independence Day on this 4th of July.
Special shout out to all the folks behind the scenes, of course. We'll mention them along the way. Special shout out to Mary Hanlon this morning, who always prepares all of the copy that we see and lets us know exactly the details of what we're going to see as they come by the reviewing stand.
Absolutely, and a special shout out again to the Fitchburg DPW, the Fitchburg Police, the Fitchburg Firefighters, all the hardworking folks at FATV who set up the speakers this morning, who have the broadcast not only on FATV but also streaming online at fatv.org. These folks were here so early this morning to get things ready, and we'd like to thank the Fitchburg Civic Days volunteers as well, who've been working hard throughout this entire Civic Days season with all the events, the block party, the duck race, the doll and carriage, bike parade. They've been working so hard to make this a great event and a great summer just for you fine folks out there.
And just passing our cameraman Jared Roberts, Ashley Green from the Sentinel and Enterprise, tirelessly recording and taking still shots, of course, for the paper during this 2016 Civic Days. Some of the special features this morning, Travis, are that very beam that the Fitchburg Fire Department will be bringing by from the 9/11 Memorial. Some special things going to go on with that, of course, for Fitchburg.
Yes, very honored to have that beam. It will be coming down the road, and you'll be able to see that beam that was taken from one of the Twin Towers in the wake of 9/11. We have that here, and they will have it on display for you folks. We can pay tribute to the men and women who lost their lives that day and all the first responders as well.
Additionally, we want to thank all of our neighboring communities that join us for Civic Days and the Independence Day celebration. Of course, Ashburnham, some as far away as Winchendon and southern New Hampshire, New Ipswich, as well as, of course, our area, Leominster and Gardner.
Shirley, we can't forget Shirley as well, all the local residents. And it's amazing, when you mention the Fitchburg Civic Days Parade, folks don't just come from Fitchburg. Residents across the state, we have residents from New Hampshire here, residents as far as Florida, that come home just to be a part of this parade and just to witness this amazing occasion.
And you know, it's great to have a broadcast, Travis, but nothing beats being there. And that is exactly what we have this morning. Just a great crowd lining the streets of this fair city.
And I feel fortunate because this is actually the first time that I've got to witness the parade from in front of City Hall. Growing up as a kid, we were always down at the St. Bernard's End catching the beginning. See, I used to like to go there because that's where all the candy was at first before they run out. So we're always all set right there. But it's amazing to see it from this perspective. Very excited, and I know these fine folks out here are excited as well. We had folks who started lining up as early as 8 a.m. this morning, lining up with their chairs and getting all set for the parade.
Sabrina, you shared with us a couple stories this morning, of course, during the pre-show. It's just a great time here, and of course, July 4th means a lot to you.
Absolutely. There's so much to do here on the 4th. We have snacks, we got swords, we got candy, we have food, we got laughs and smiles, a little bit of everything to make this last your while. So.
And you know, technology is incredible. Dave Sven's just sending us a little text this morning that it sounds great on the live stream, fatv.org from Maine. So a shout out to you, Dave, another long-standing broadcast tradition.
Absolutely, and you'll see the folks on the lower end of Summer Street and at Main Street right now being able to witness the start of the parade. We have the first round of police cars, and we have your police motorcycles circling this morning. They were out early reminding everyone that you can't park on Summer Street. So before they started the parade, they had a little bit of their own work to do.
That's right, and of course I see the wishing well already underway. United Commercial Travel is wishing well. We've seen this, of course, lead the parade, Travis, in many decades.
Absolutely. Wish upon a penny, wish upon a dime, wish upon a quarter, and you will be very kind. Please support the United Commercial Travelers Wishing Well, which raises money, supporting various charities and charitable causes throughout the years. Thank you so much for once again gracing us and helping to kick off the Fitchburg Civic Days Parade.
And I want to see that I see my dear friend Ralph Pilata right up there in the front. On that float. Ralph has been a mainstay, of course, in this endeavor for a long, long time with the Montechusett Exchange Club, Travis.
Absolutely. So please help them continue to do the great work that they do this morning. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Give them a round of applause. Yes! Good morning. Thank you so much for coming out here. Happy 4th of July. All right, there we go. And we are so excited that the parade is underway. Again, folks, please try and get out of the road as the parade vehicles start to make their way through. And thank you so much for joining us this morning.
And, of course, on the Exchange Club float coming by the reviewing stand right now, a big shout-out to Bob McDermott.
Good morning,
former
Bob.
treasurer of Fitchburg Access Television. Great guy and all-around Fitchburg mainstay. Good to see you, Bob, this morning.
All right, folks, how you doing? We're here.
Joining us here for the Fitchburg Police Department Motor Patrol is Officer Jude Shabbat, Sergeant Chris Garcia, Officer Jason Duval, these officers, of course, train regularly to ride these motorcycles, Travis. They are 2014 Harley-Davidson FLHTP Special Police Edition motorcycles.
Beautiful vehicles indeed. And you know they're helping to keep your area roads safe. And again, I want to thank the Fitchburg Police Department for all the hard work that they do during these Civic Days, and not only just during the Civic Days, but throughout the entire year. So thank you so much, gentlemen and women as well, as the Fitchburg Police Department motorcade continues to make its way this way. And we'll try and talk, but I'm not sure if they'll be able to hear us over all the sirens, but that's okay.
We'll do our best. Of course, we have officers on bicycles as well. That's a really unique way to get through the crowd and to make the whole event safe, give them the mobility that they need.
Absolutely.
Want to welcome, of course, the command staff of the Fitchburg Police Department. Leading us through the motorcycle unit is Captain Stephen Giannini. Good to see him this morning. And, of course, he's followed up by our very own Police Chief, Ernest F. Martineau.
Yes, Police Chief Martineau is here very early this morning to join you on the pre-show. And want to thank the Chief as he continues in his first year taking the reins over for the Fitchburg Police Department. Let's give them all a warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen. And you're going to have to get a lot louder than that to get over those sirens. Let's hear it, guys. Good morning, Chief.
Chief Martineau.
And you can catch the Chief on WPKZ this Wednesday morning at 7 o'clock. Wednesday morning, bright and early, Chief. We'll see you there.
We see Sergeant Mark Jackson with us this morning in car number 10. Officer Christopher Cordio, Shane Walker, and some of our newest police officers here this morning. Officer Tabitha Pepple, Danny Bellafato, Officer Jude Shabbat, good to see him this morning. Lucas Bahana, Dominic Melanson, Officer Robert Raboyne, Brian Rouleau, Officer David Gordon, looks like they've come equipped with gifts this morning, Travis.
Yes, they know that to be prepared. They've got the candy just for all you hardworking boys and girls. Okay, got up early this morning. They've got candy for you, so enjoy it. And thank the hardworking folks over at the Fitchburg Police Department. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And thank you for those goodies.
City Councilor Jeff Bean seeing us here at the reviewing stand right now.
And if you look ahead, you can see the start of the antique fire trucks and all the fire truck displays. We have kicking off this year a unique truck. This is the Hero 1 truck. Our very own Leominster resident Mike Cooley bought this truck and converted it into a Hero 1 fire truck, honoring the brave men and women who have sacrificed so much for this great nation so we can continue to celebrate our Independence Day and celebrate our beautiful nation. So I want to thank Mike for his fire truck purchase and for getting those veterans out this morning, getting them on top of the truck. I know they're excited to be here. Good morning.
Making its inaugural debut, the Hero fire truck. Great showing this morning by the Fitchburg Police Department.
Glenn, I would say that now is the perfect time to pay off that parking ticket that you've been sitting on.
This would be the time.
This would be the time to do it.
Well, remember my car, I have a Mazda 3.
Like they say at Christmas, check it once, check it twice, make sure you're naughty or nice. Off you go. An unmarked police utility coming by the reviewing stand now.
I just want to say it's really nice to see all the police officers out here with their family in the back of the vehicles to be here for the parade as well. I really think that's
Lunenburg Police Department being represented right here with the black sport utility.
And we not only want to thank the officers, but their families as well, who sacrifice just as much. You think of how many holidays that they miss with their families working out on overtime or having to be away, making sure the city stays safe.
So various fire trucks and fire apparatus from the historic and modern era.
Yes, we have vehicles representing Fitchburg, Leominster, Gardner, Shirley, and the communities up in New Hampshire. So many fire ones. Here we have the Hero 1 fire truck driven by our very own Mike Cooley. Good morning. Thank you so much for your service. We appreciate it.
Good morning and happy 4th, guys.
And our very own Jack Naylor on the truck as well. We can't forget Jack, the former city councilor. Good morning, Jack.
WPKZ exclusive.
Yes, you can hear Jack on Wednesday mornings, and also the commissioner over at the Fitchburg Airport Commission. We have Fitchburg Fire Engine 4 coming through. We also have the ambulance as well.
And a brand new Rescue 3 truck here.
Yes.
Brand new.
I'll tell you what, it looks beautiful.
Makes you feel like you're going to be okay.
Absolutely.
And from East Farms.
East Farms,
Travis.
Thank you so much for coming out this morning to join us. Happy 4th of July. A little bit of history coming through right now from the fine city of Leominster. You can see their antique fire vehicle that they have right there, their antique fire apparatus. And it's amazing to see how far we've come from the beginnings of the fire department. There's a piece of history right there. Gentlemen, thank you so much for bringing that up this morning. We appreciate it.
Very, very nice.
Happy 4th of July. And from Westminster this morning, joining us as well, we have some more antique fire apparatus. Good morning, gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming on out.
Always ready.
That's right, always ready indeed. Now rolling in from Acton, we have the Acton Fire Department Engine 21. Give them a shout out this morning. Let's hear it. Yes, is that the loudest you've got? Come on, let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Gina, honk that horn.
We have the antique Engine 1 from Shirley rolling through right now. Good morning. Thank you so much for coming by. Happy 4th of July. And also from Princeton, the hardworking folks over at Princeton this morning rolling this out for us this morning.
So many communities, of course, represented because Fitchburg begins to really become the premier location for celebrating July 4th, Travis.
Absolutely. And we're so fortunate that we have such the heartwarming community here in Central Mass. That folks come out from all the different neighboring cities and towns, and we all support one another. It really does make Central Mass a very special place. I think we're all fortunate to grow up here.
We got Smokey the Bear coming on up.
Yes, reminding you that you can prevent wildfires. We have Smokey the Bear this morning joining us this morning. And look at that ATV, a beautiful ride indeed.
This is the Massachusetts Forest Fire Control Division.
Yes, good morning. Thank you so much.
Looks great this morning with this fire apparatus.
Yes.
Good morning and thank you,
Good
Smokey.
morning,
Happy
Smokey.
4th.
Thank you. Happy 4th of July.
Good morning, Fitchburg Fire.
Good morning, Fitchburg Fire. And Fitchburg Fire continues to roll on. Good morning. Let's give them a shout out. When you need a hand, they are there for you. And making their presence known this morning, we have the new Ipswich Fire Department. And those sirens roll on this morning. If you weren't awake, you are definitely awake by now. So hopefully your Sunday night wasn't too rowdy. You might be feeling a little bit of a headache this morning.
I know we had record numbers out, Travis. We had record numbers attending all of the events. This morning, of course, I think it's the biggest crowd ever in a long, long time. And it's a great tribute to our friend Ray C.
Absolutely. The streets have been lined beginning at 8 a.m. Folks were lining up for this parade. And I know the folks in the parade were getting together even earlier than that. Some of them making commutes as far away as New Hampshire and beyond to join us this morning in the parade. So they were on their way, getting all lined up down near St. Bernard's and getting ready to roll here on Summer Street.
Another person of great magnitude for the city of Fitchburg, Ron Bouchard, will be remembering him this Independence Day as well.
Absolutely. Ron Bouchard did so much for the area, put us on the map in terms of car racing. I was a local legend, and a great local individual as well.
A NASCAR fast car favorite, and we have some more material for him a little bit later in the show. I think they're waiting for the stoplight.
Yes, I think they forgot to turn the light off up there.
The police stopped and gave out.
And we have more fire trucks on the way. This is not the end of the display. We have more, ladies and gentlemen. It is amazing how many individuals have come out this morning.
Just a great display, Travis, of course, of all the different communities represented. Once again, Fitchburg Civic Days being the premier place to celebrate this 4th of July. For those of you who haven't joined us, maybe, there's still plenty of time to see the entire parade. We're right here at the Fidelity Bank area at the Old City Hall, 718 Main Street. WPKZ represented this morning by Travis Condon.
And, of course, Glenn Fossa here representing Fitchburg Access Television. Thank you so much, Glenn, and your entire crew got up so early this morning to make this a success and to make this event possible.
Of course, the Parks Commissioner, John Raschuti, up very, very early this morning. He was here making sure that the stand was set up and that we would have plenty of audio for the folks to hear, able to announce this morning's festivities.
And for those who have been hearing about the Fitchburg Civic Days and they want to help out either by volunteering or donating their time or money, you can always contact the Fitchburg Civic Days by calling the mayor's office at 978-829-1801 or online at fitchburgma.gov/civic days. They work hard all year long to make these events happen. I want to thank the folks who have donated, those who purchased ducks for the Fitchburg Civic Days amazing duck race. It's through purchases and donations that we are allowed to have these events, like last night's fireworks display and all the other events on Saturday night as well.
Special shout out, of course, to Angelo Bezol, who's always been a mainstay in the duck race. Diane Burnett and her husband, just great folks that have always given. Jimmy McGrath, of course, and we're going to see and hear more about them during the course of today's event.
Yes, I want to also thank Diana Matavier. As we already said, Jim and Angelo. I want to also thank Rocco Mamoni, Patty Martin, Pat Cochran, Ray and Diane Burnett, AJ Terigny, Kelly Johnson, Sam Squalia, Nate LaRose, Joanna Ramo as well, and of course, Fitchburg Mayor Stephen DiNatale.
This morning, of course, Travis, Main Street was without power for a short period of time, and you should have seen everyone scrambling. They all got it done, and of course, the power is restored, and everything is underway.
And it looks like we are once again rolling, and joining us now, we have Princeton Ladder 1. Let's give them a warm welcome. Good morning. Happy 4th of July, gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us. And making their way up right now, we have
Lunenburg Fire Department.
And from right around the corner, we have Ashburnham, Engine 1, always ready to protect and serve.
Beautiful all-wheel drive example of a tanker.
And making their way right now, Engine 1 from Westminster, always ready. And they are ready this morning.
And coming up in Clinton's fire truck, we even have a Dalmatian that's riding a wrong passenger.
Yes, Engine 4 from Clinton with their Dalmatian this morning. I tell you, it's very hard to not go over there and
That's
pet
pretty
that
American. Happy 4th, guys. Thank you for coming on out.
And from Ashby, we have Engine 2, the real machine. And always excellent when you see the firefighter families come out. The families, again, give so much, as well as the firefighters, their families. I want to thank them as well for letting us.
And one of our old-fashioned ladder trucks from Leominster, Mass. With the tiller man in the rear so that they can get around a corner really easy with the ladder truck.
Wow.
Special shout-out to the tiller man.
And from Gardner, from Chair City, G Vegas, as some call it, we have the Gardner Fire Department, combination number 4 this morning. Thank you so much for coming out. And on their way now, Engine 3 from Hubbardston. And from right around the corner over in Lancaster, Engine 2, complete with a minion on the side this morning. Thank you so much for coming on out. Happy 4th of July. Let's give Engine 2 a warm welcome to Fitchburg.
This is just a great showing, Travis, of so many of our fire professionals. Just a great showing.
And we are not done. No, we have more trucks as they continue to roll this morning.
We may have the Guinness Book of World Records for fire apparatus display here.
We may have set a record for loudest sirens as well this morning. I love to check the decibel level, but it is amazing. And I'll tell you what, I feel patriotic this morning. I don't know about you, Glenn. And joining us right now, another historic fire engine this morning. Thank you so much for coming out this morning. Thank you.
Thank you guys for coming on out. One of Uncle Ray's favorite was the historical fire engines.
Yes, and we have the Beast from out in Shirley from their forestry. Anytime there is a forest fire, that thing is out there and working hard to put out those flames.
Shirley Forestry Truck 3.
Another antique truck rolling through the Philadelphia Bureau of Fire. It's amazing when you see these antique engines and you see how hard.
They drove quite a ways, Travis.
They did drive quite a ways. Thank you so much for coming out this morning.
Hope they brought the roof.
And from Air this morning, we have Rescue 1. Good morning. And Townsend with the bucket truck starting to make its way down Main Street through the display. Good morning.
Truck 10.
And we have more apparatus from Townsend starting to roll through. Engine 1, followed by Winchendon's rescue vehicle.
And a brand new Winchendon ambulance. I think he can play a song with that set of ears.
And Ladder 1 from Groton making their presence known. We have Engine 3 from Shirley.
We got my buddy Mike in the Engine 3 from Shirley. Mike, happy July 4th, buddy. I'll see you out on Lake Shirley later on this evening, all right? Thank you guys for making an appearance.
Now we have Ladder 1 from Shirley. Shirley with a strong presence in this year's parade. We have Engine 1 from out in Templeton. Good morning, Templeton. Happy 4th of July.
So we have Shirley Templeton.
And And now ladder 1 from Boylston. Good morning, Boylston. Also making its way down to Main Street, we have, rounding out the fire trucks, we have Harvard. Good morning, Harvard. Happy 4th of July. Let's give Engine 2 a warm welcome.
They saved the best air horn for last, Travis. So I wonder if the order of Shirley and Templeton was done on purpose.
It could be. Nice alphabetical order for us right there.
There we go.
And now we have the antique cars beginning to make their way this way. Let's give them a warm welcome. We're working hard to get these cars ready for display for you. Good morning. How are you?
The best part of the show is right here, guys. We love those antique vehicles. Uncle Ray would just stare and watch. They are beautiful. They're American.
Custom Ford pickup truck right here, Travis.
Yes, a beautiful vehicle indeed. Oh, so we have a driver change as well.
Looks like a driver change. Maybe she's going to do burnouts.
One can only hope.
Mo Tremblay, good to see you this morning.
Good
Mo Tremblay,
morning.
of course, from the Antique Car Club.
And the chief made his way back.
So the custom pickup truck, Travis, we stand corrected, is a 49 Chevrolet pickup truck custom driven by Emery Gaudette. Of course, joining us here, a mainstay of 2016 Civic Days, Mo Tremblay from our Antique Car Club.
Oh, hi.
And we also want to give a shout out to Ray Morin Incorporated, a third-generation family-owned and operated business making their way down right now. They first opened their doors in Lunenburg back in 1948, driven by RMI President Ray Morin. Yes, thank you, Ray, for that shout-out right there for that horn.
Mo, of course, we're attributing to Ray C. this morning, of course, and he always loved this part of the parade when you made it up here.
I kind of miss Ray. He was a good guy.
So the next one up, car number 5, of course, is the 1962 Chrysler Newport, driven by Paul Smart.
They don't make them like that anymore, I'll tell you what. Beautiful lines on that vehicle right there.
And a front seat as wide as your sofa. Bill Franklin, of course, driving his 2015 Corvette Stingray. We talked about that car at the car show, where we had some trophies given away, Travis. It's good to see Bill Franklin this morning.
Bill, thank you so much for coming out. Happy 4th of July.
Special shout out to Chris Preachy with a 1965 Buick Skylark convertible.
Bringing the whole family out this morning. Excellent. And that's Cody and Emma in the backseat. Good
Big
morning.
wave, Cody and Emma.
Hey, happy
Good
4th
morning,
of July.
guys. Happy
All right,
4th.
Let's give them a big hand. Number 8, Travis, is Leoncio Ozira, driving a 1963 Chevy Impala. And he is joined with Joaquin Sanchez.
Good morning. Thank you so much for coming out. We appreciate it. Happy
Very
4th
nice.
of July. Beautiful car. Beautiful car indeed. And coming up, we have a Ford Mustang.
This is Billy Walsh, of course, in his 1966 Ford Mustang convertible.
And
And he is with Brady the dog.
Yes. Good morning, Brody. How are you? Looking very happy.
Billy, is that Brady or Brody?
Brady. All right.
Is that a football
I believe so.
clip? Number 10, the Wade brothers. Roland and Allen driving their 1971 Oldsmobile Cutlass.
What a beautiful color.
And number 11,
we have Al Cadret driving a 1912 Model T Ford C-Cab. It is beautiful. It is old. It's American. The settle shop's on the side.
And he's with Dave Godridge this morning.
Yes, the settle shop up
Good
in
to see
West
Dave.
Townsend. And right now we have John Gaudret driving a 1931 Model A Ford. A beautiful, fine piece of American engineering right there. Listen to that horn. Listen to that horn indeed.
Number 13, Kevin Johnston in a 1955 Chevy Bel Air. He is joined by Andrea and Abigail. Good to see them this morning.
Happy 4th of July.
Big
Thank you
hand for
coming
them
out.
coming by the reviewing stand, of course.
And number 14 coming up, we have Bill Schultz in a 1979 Ford F-150 step side, one of my favorite models. That's definitely American, guys. Happy 4th of July.
And from 1935, we have car number 15. It is a Ford Crown Vic, driven by Eddie Crane and his wife, Danielle, who's joining us. On the side, we have Wendy as well in there, so thank you so much for coming out. Happy 4th of July.
Eddie Crane and Janice and Wendy. Randy Grossier and family are driving the 56 Ford Crown Victoria. Just another great example of American engineering at its best. All of that chrome, Travis. That might have been before your time.
Yes.
This car, incidentally, used to belong to Bill Franklin.
And that was Bill Franklin's old Crown Vic before he bought the Corvette. Number 18, Victor LeBlanc in the 1964 Mercury Park Lane convertible. He is with his daughter Susan. Big shout out and a wave to daughter Susan. And, of course, Victor LeBlanc.
We have from number 19, we have Jose Toledo.
Jose Toledo, I've seen you at Kimball's before. I love your truck. Good to see you. Happy 4th of July. Thank you for coming on down.
Yes, also joining him in the passenger seat, we have Sharon this morning. Good morning.
Sam Bellio joins us with the 1963 Ford Thunderbird this morning. He has that Roadster section in the back there, makes that car extra special. Sam Bellio, thank you very much. This was a prize winner. This is Dennis Maxfield, of course.
1962 Chrysler 300.
Won a trophy at the block party, of course. And it's good to see Dennis Maxfield, CEO and operator of Pride Auto. He is with
his grandson, Aiden. Good morning. Happy 4th of July. Aiden doing a little dance in the passenger seat. So excited to be here on this 4th of July.
And coming up for number 22, we have Ed Turner in a 1957 Triumph TR3. Wow, look at that car. It's small and it's got power.
And that's John joining him in the passenger seat.
John Heimberg, good to see you this morning. Number 23 is Walter Walton in a 1932 Ford dump truck. He's with John and Butler. John and the Butler family.
And a happy birthday going out to Christine, who's sitting in the back. Happy birthday, Christine.
Happy birthday, Christine. Happy 4th.
And, of course, we've seen this car before here, Travis. This is a mainstay of this 4th of July parade right here in Fitchburg, driving this 1979 Lincoln Mark V, Brian LeBlanc. And you got to love that sunroof, Travis. I mean,
yeah.
You don't need a convertible with a sunroof that big.
And especially on a day like this.
I believe I see Mike McLaughlin's 1957 Chevrolet coming our direction. May have encountered some technical difficulty, so we may be out of order here just a bit.
They are not giving up, though. It looks like they might start to push it this way.
Yeah, we've seen that at Indianapolis, push the winner over the finish line. So out of order, 1929 Ford Model A Roadster, driven by Mark Butler, and he's joined
by Tom and Greg.
1928.
And that's Tom and Greg, who made their way out from California to be here in this parade this morning, making a trip across the country just so they could be here and sitting in that 1928 Ford Model A, a beautiful vehicle. Thank you so much for coming out all the way from California.
And that has a rumble seat.
One of the passengers.
And one of those passengers is from California. That's excellent. Ready to rumble with the rumble seat. Number 27.
And number 27, we have George and Krista Aiken in the 1934 Olds Coupe.
It's a great car.
Thank you guys for coming on in. Happy 4th. It's beautiful.
Some original wire wheels there. Scott Ellis driving the 1954 Dodge Power Wagon from the Fitchburg Airport.
Yes, from the Fitchburg Airport this morning.
Good to see you, Scott Ellis.
And number 29, we have Tom Donnelly with a Lexus with a 1940 Cadillac limo.
This car's had a lot of Fitchburg history, belonged to the Crockers at one time. George Wallace was a George Wallace limousine. That's a Model 75. It's a 1940, of course, and shortly after that, there was a period of time they did not build those. Another award winner, number 30, Richard Anderson in the 1955 MGTF 1500. Another award winner from the block party.
That's one of my favorite cars right there. It is beautiful.
And rolling through right now, we have the Fitchburg East Rotary Club, known as the Can Do Club. Good morning.
Bobby
Thank you
Campbell,
so much.
good to see you this morning.
And the proceeds from their flower boxes provide scholarships for the children in Fitchburg. Members for the parade include Bob Campbell, Mary Caffetti, Jen Doyle, and others with Fitchburg High School Interact students. And coming up, we have the Fitchburg Civic Days Committee. I want to thank the following sponsors for joining us for the Fitchburg Days and making this as possible. WPKZ 105.3 FM and AM 1280, the K-Zone. Also want to thank Fitchburg Access Television. Mount Wachusett Community College, the premier sponsor of the block party. Fitchburg State University, Dunkin' Donuts, Rollstone Bank and Trust, Workers Credit Union, Beers for Good, Johnny Appleseed
Pantry of North Central Mass, Finelli's Amusements, Unitil, Mass Cultural Council,
IC Federal Credit Union,
DRS Technologies,
Gold Bowl, Six Flags, Great Wolf Lodge,
Ron Bouchard's Auto Stores, Canopy Lake Park,
and Citgo on Main Street. And joining us right now, we have the Lady Raiders. Good morning. Happy 4th of July, ladies. Thank you so much for coming out this morning. Give them a warm cheer. And right now we have the Fitchburg High Marching Band. Thank you so much for coming out this morning. I love to see these kids. You know, they put so much hard work and dedication into what they do. It's amazing to watch these individuals practice their instruments and then practice their movements on the field as well.
And of course, it's always background for us here at the Fitchburg High School football games. They're just an integral part of every celebration, Travis.
Yes, when you catch the games on Fitchburg Access, you hear those very drums that you're hearing right now.
Of course, our tribute July 4th can't set aside the thoughts for our soldiers and those folks who fight for us every day for our freedom and independence.
I want to thank the National Guard. And I want to thank the National Guard for coming out this morning. I think you said it so right. We can't forget our brave men and women who make this day possible and who protect our freedoms. Thank you so much for coming out. We appreciate it.
We're going to see some very special displays, of course, a little bit later with the tribute to 9/11 and that beam.
And joining us right now, we have the Friends of Fitchburg Veterans. Good morning. Thank you so much. Happy 4th of July. Thank you for your service. And as the veterans continue to roll down, I believe we will have a trolley displaying more area veterans. Please give these brave men and women a hearty welcome. Let's hear it as loud as you can. It's because of these brave men and women that we are able to celebrate our Independence Day, and we're able to have the freedoms that we have. So let them know how much they mean to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for your service. You guys are looking well, walking it out.
And a special shout out to Danny Richard this morning. And the Fitchburg Veterans Council. I want to thank George LeBlanc, and all of the other hardworking veterans as well. And you younger veterans out there, know there is a support group for you. It's the Fitchburg Veterans Council. Go join them. And know that support system is there. Thank you so much.
The U.S. Marine Corps League, just approaching the reviewing stand, Travis. United States Marine Corps, of course, well represented in a number of different places here in the city. Always great to see them. We're going to be represented here with the North Central Marine Corps League with veterans of World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. And, of course, they're followed up by...
They will be followed up by the Scots Highland and Pipes and Drums this morning. The Scots Highland Pipe and Drums, they were organized in the small colonial town of Ashby in the spring of 1975.
The objective of the Scots Highland Pipes and Drums is to preserve and to promote Scottish, Irish, and other Celtic music.
Particularly that sound of the bagpipes. The tartan worn by the members of that is of the Royal Stewart. Membership in the Scots Highland Pipe and Drums is open to all people who share a true interest in the traditions of Scottish piping and drumming. So I want to thank and welcome back the Scots Highland Pipe and Drums as they make their way this morning. And right now, in front of us, throwing some candy this morning, again, the Marine Corps League. Thank you, gentlemen, for your service. We can't say thank you enough, as well to their families. Let's give them a hearty welcome as loud as you can this morning. Thank these veterans. Let's stand up and give them a wave. Happy 4th of July. Thank you so much for coming out. And again, they're very active with the Toys for Tots every Christmas, making sure that the young children in our area
so many of these Marines, of course, have Fitchburg connections. Good to see Don Long this morning.
Yes. It's great to see these veterans.
Phil Jordan. Mr. Melanson, good to see you.
You know, they continue their service to their community. They come back after serving this nation, and they do so much good work for the Fitchburg area.
Each year, of course, Toys for Tots, very well represented, and makes a lot of young children smile. A hearty welcome for the Scots Highland Pipes and Drums.
And one more time, the Scots Highland Pipes and Drums. Thank you so much. And next up, making their way down Main Street right now, we have the Fitchburg Fire Department under the leadership of Chief Kevin D. Roy. Let's give them a warm, hearty welcome this morning. Thank you so much for your service to the city.
And as you see, we have the golden axes, we got some American memorabilia flags, and we have wonderful firefighters walking down this road. Thank you guys so much.
I'll tell you, when there is an emergency, these are the folks that you want to see showing up to help you. I want to thank them and their families for their sacrifice in keeping the city safe and responding to all the emergencies. And Rescue 1 rolling through right now from the city of Fitchburg. Can we get a little bit of horns? Let's hear them. There we go.
There we go.
Happy 4th of July.
These are the very folks, of course, that keep us safe every day, Travis, our police officers and our firefighters. Just great to see them represented again today in force.
And now this next piece, as you see rolling through, is that beam that we mentioned earlier from 9/11, from one of the Twin Towers. And again, our hearts are with the FDNY this morning as we celebrate our Independence Day. Take a moment and reflect on that beam as it does roll through. Such powerful imagery, such a powerful piece of history.
Of course, is this fitting tribute to our firefighters as well. We're sending off a major tribute to our good friend and broadcast Ray C. this morning, Travis.
Absolutely.
As Mayor Stephen DiNatale's contingent comes up upon us, I see State Senator Jen Flanagan and State Representative Stephen Hay, Council President Michael Kushmerek, and City Councilor Amy Green this morning.
So good to see all of you. I met you all when I was very young with my Uncle Ray C., probably here on this Main Street on July 4th. I love you guys. Thank you so much.
See Marcus DiNatale with us as well.
Yes, working tirelessly. I can't forget Amy Green as well. They do so much for the city to make sure that everything goes smoothly.
See Joan David this morning, the woman behind the great man, and Renee Tarigny in passenger holding that down.
And Joan, of course, a relative of Ray C. And Joan does so much in terms of making sure Stephen DiNatale stays on schedule, that he is where he needs to be. She's been helping him for many, many years, doing so much for his office.
Almost didn't recognize Councilor Dave Clark this morning. He's incognito with all of his American garb. He looks great. Gino Gentili.
Ray C., yes! Gino, thank you so much for that shout out to my Uncle Ray.
Yes, and we can't forget Jen Casey for joining us this morning.
Casey, contingent, good to see you.
Oh, happy 4th.
And making their way right now, we have the Fitchburg Republican City Committee joining us this morning. Good morning. How are you? Mary Lotz carrying the American flag this morning. And those are the sounds of the George S. Talcott Band, the American Legion Post 10 Band. And making their way right now, the Fitchburg Republican City Committee. Broken into 3 phases this year, honoring the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, and the Second World War this morning. And the George Talcott American Legion Post 10 Band, named after George S. Talcott in memory of his service and dedication over the years as director of the American Legion Post number 10 Band.
Coming up to the reviewing stand, the 2016 Grand Marshal, Civic Days Grand Marshal, Travis.
Yes, the Civic Days Grand Marshal, and this year we are honoring the late Ron Bouchard. So I want to thank his family for coming out this morning.
Posthumously, of course, Ron Bouchard.
So good to see you, Mrs. Bouchard.
And Ron, such a tremendous individual, known throughout the area and known nationally as well. I want to thank his family again, his family, friends, and coworkers, all coming out this morning for a grand showing honoring the late Ron Bouchard as the honorary Grand Marshal of the parade this year. So happy 4th of July to them. Please give them a warm welcome, make them feel at home, and thank them.
Ron Bouchard, Kia, Honda.
Well, they brought out the K900. Used to be a salesman over at Ron Bouchard's, Kia myself. They were a wonderful business to work for, you guys.
And listen to that engine roar this morning.
One of the original modifieds, and of course you know Ron Bouchard ran modifieds down at Stafford Springs for many years. Very, very nice.
Happy 4th, Chad.
And just think about the history behind that car as it rolls through the area this morning. Piece of racing history right there. We have more vehicles continuing to roll on as Ron Bouchard's motorcade rolls through.
And of course, they come out of the museum that Ron has down at his place there. It's a great visit. Here's the Civic Days King and Queen, Travis.
Yes, the Civic Days
We're
King
joined by Mike and Tammy Lovewell of RC Motors over in Lunenburg.
Yes.
A great example of that Mustang convertible with the senior King and Queen.
And Mike, a tremendous guy. If you need a car, go talk to Mike. And again, want to thank and congratulate Fred and Dorothy Washington. They were your King and Queen this year for the Fitchburg Civic Days. And now joining us, we have the Young Americans.
Coming in, we got Tommy driving the Camaro. Happy 4th of July, Tommy. You guys can go on down and see him at Colonial West.
Colonial West Chevrolet, big sponsor during the Civic Days. This is great, Travis. Of course, they've got a great new Chevrolet dealership building down on John Fitch Highway. Yes. Colonial West Chevrolet.
And right now, we have the Fireflies with us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Fireflies.
Looking very sharp. Happy 4th of July. And look at that discipline as they line up. Let's give them a warm welcome. And now we have the Fitchburg Falcons Pathfinder Club.
This, of course, is the Fitchburg SDA Church.
Yes.
At 205 Summer Street in the city, Travis.
give them a warm welcome, make them feel welcome this morning. Happy 4th of July. Thank you so much for coming out.
The outstanding young Americans, Sydney Crocker and Isabel Tran and Elizabeth Moyson, we saw them.
Yes, we did see them. Sydney graduated from Money Tech, attending Fitchburg State College. Sydney received a scholarship for a 3-credit course. Isabel will be headed off to Suffolk, and Elizabeth will be heading to Tufts to study astrophysics. And we have the Fitchburg Girl Scouts making their way through right now. Let's hear it louder, guys. Let's hear it.
Fitchburg Cub Scouts Pack 17.
Yes, it's chartered by the St. Anthony School Boy Scout Troop 17, chartered by the Knights of Columbus. There are 15 to 20 members with their hand-pulled covered mini wagon. Woo! Awesome, guys. Thanks for coming out this morning.
Fitchburg Youth Soccer, Travis. The soccer program was started in the mid-1980s by Charlie Tellier and Dick Lavers. Oh, Boy Scout Troop, yep.
And we can't forget Boy Scout Troop 823, also out of Fitchburg. Let's give them a warm, hearty welcome.
Thank you guys for coming on down. Happy 4th to
Happy
the Boy
4th of
Scouts.
July. And we've got more Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts rolling up. Let's give them a hearty welcome. As loud as you can, Fitchburg. Let's hear it. I know it's hot out, but I know we can do louder than that. Let's hear it as loud as you can. Ah, there we go. And pulling up the rear, we have Troop 41 this morning.
Very well
Fitchburg.
represented.
And the Fitchburg Youth Soccer making their way and making them known. They're coming on down. Give them a warm welcome, guys. Happy 4th of July. Thank you for coming out.
Yes, it was started back in the mid-1980s. They currently run spring and fall soccer seasons with a summer camp for players from 5 to 12. Currently, there are 14 teams playing in the Neshoba Valley League and over 200 in-town players. Soccer continuing to grow in the area. Let's hear it.
You know, there was always a saying, Travis, keep your children in sports and keep them out of the courts, and this is no exception. Just a great program. Fitchburg Street Hockey League coming by the reviewing stand now.
Yes, they are a non-profit organization, been run by volunteers for over 30 years. Their goal is to create a safe, fun environment from basic skills to advanced talent. Let's give hockey a warm welcome. Happy 4th of July. Thank you for coming out. And it looks like they've got a game going on in the back of the truck.
Looks like a street hockey game is underway right now.
You know, we used to get in trouble for playing in our kitchen, but we never played in the back of the truck. That is a new one.
I would say by the time you get to this part in the parade, you're in the third period.
I would say so. It looks like we might have a penalty. Someone going to the penalty box over there.
Happy 4th of July, guys.
And more young hockey players out there this morning. Let's give them another round of applause.
We got Molly the Clown. Welcome back, Molly, who loves to interact and entertain the crowd. She's waving a flag and she's up in the air. Welcome, Molly.
And been an integral part of the parade for years now. Let's give Molly a warm round of applause. Look at her going those stilts.
That's a tall order right there.
You know, they say you got to eat your vegetables so you can grow big and strong, and that is why right there, so you can be that tall.
She's dancing.
And while we've got a break in the action, I want to again thank the hardworking folks who are part of the Fitchburg Civic Days Committee. I want to thank the DPW, the Police Department, and the Fitchburg Fire Department as well. All the hardworking men and women who have gone in, put so many hours in and so much effort in making this event a success year after year. Whether it's the block party and the fireworks, the amazing duck race, the Dawn Carriage Bike Parade, the Long Show Classic.
Of course, Fitchburg Access Television broadcasting live and on fatv.org live streaming. I want to say a special shout out to all the folks in the production truck, Executive Director Scott May, Technical Assistant Travis Falk, of course, audio technician Eric Baird. We have John Dextraz doing the directing this morning. Other technical support with Dave Oster, Jared Roberts. Had some great representation. The United States Marine Corps, a couple of second lieutenants this morning, Travis. Victoria Holbert and her intended Matthew Carr. They're both second lieutenants, Norwich University graduates, and they'll be going on to serve our country.
That is amazing. And again, I want to thank all the veterans who are out here in the parade who we've seen, and more to come as these floats continue. It looks like right now we are joined riding in the back of the Acme Auto Body truck. We have U.S. Taekwondo Center located at 616 Central Street in Leominster, committed to bringing you the best Taekwondo education possible by offering classes, before and after school programs, a summer program, and birthday parties. Their staff is ready to help you reach your best self through Taekwondo. Showing us some of the warm-up routines.
Let's give a big energy to our group and the other people around here. One more time, 10 times jumping jack. Big A! One, six.
I want to thank Acme Auto Body for providing this platform truck today for them.
Everybody to his face when it's Mr. Kia. And that's what take one. Take one, two. Take one, three. Take four. 5 US, take one, 5. You. I love Taekwondo. Get ready, 6. And let's give it a big hand. Excellent job.
Give a big hand indeed, and look at that discipline.
And let's go on forward. And other team, keep your line. We're going to break it up there.
It's great to see so many ages represented, so many different ranks as well throughout the Taekwondo system. Let's give them a warm welcome one more time. Thank you so much for coming out this morning. Happy 4th of July. And more representatives from the U.S. Taekwondo Center making their way in these following school buses. And a quick reminder, folks, please try and keep your children out of the road as the parade continues to roll on. Everybody wants to have fun. We want to make sure young ones are staying out of the road and out of traffic. More U.S. Taekwondo Center representatives rolling through the area. Let's give them an applause.
Travis, a great crowd this morning, so that we want to remind them, too, to drive safely and enjoy the rest of their 4th of July celebration.
Yes, and stay hydrated. If you do need water, there is the Salvation Army tent is providing water a little bit further down Main Street. Happy 4th of July. And I'll tell you what, Glenn, we could not have had a better day for 4th of July than this. The sun is shining. It's nice and warm, but it's not too warm. And there's a nice breeze rolling through the area.
Out bright and early, of course, this morning. Jim Raschuti with the Parks Commission. Good to see him. None of this, of course, would be possible if we didn't have this great crowd show up here for us today.
Absolutely. Folks started lining up as early as 8 a.m. here on parts of Main Street, bringing out their chairs, claiming the best spots in the shade.
Fitchburg welcoming Steve Svolis up here in the reviewing stand this morning. He's well in attendance.
And starting to make their way down towards the reviewing stand right now we have Len Broussard's Family Martial Arts Center. Len Broussard's Family Martial Arts Center is directed by Dr. Len Broussard. Is located at 68 Airport Road in Fitchburg. Their mission is to enhance the quality of life for their students and their community by providing character development through professional martial arts instruction.
This comprehensive program of martial arts and behavioral training is the reason why so many pediatricians, social workers, child psychologists, and school teachers, as well as parents, have made the Fitchburg Family Martial Arts Center the #1 martial arts studio in North Central Massachusetts.
Let's give them a hearty welcome.
You know, Travis, I have to say, I have 2 sons that are graduates of this organization. Len Broussard is a top shelf guy. Good to see Len Jr. this morning driving the van.
Seeing some excellent displays of self-defense techniques right here. So much precision in these movements.
Develops confidence and ability to protect oneself.
Just look at the focus and the concentration as they execute these movements. Happy 4th of July.
Happy
Happy
4th of July, guys. And then following them, we have the Bluff Point Quahog Diggers Band. The Bluff Point Quahog Diggers Band is light, it's fife and drum corps out of New England.
And representing the Quahog tradition right there. Of course, you have to have the rake out front.
Wow, look at these toys rolling along the way. We have the Fitchburg from... No.
The
We have
Mass Trail Riders this morning.
The Mass Trail Riders are an ATV UTV club based in Massachusetts, and they host events throughout Mass and New Hampshire. The Mass Trail Riders encourage safe riding for youth and adults.
The president is John Blue and the CEO is Doug McCrae. They can be found online at matrailriders.com or like them on Facebook at MA Trail Riders. And those vehicles are so much fun to get behind the wheel.
This is a great, awesome display of these kinds of vehicles.
Yes.
They're not cheap, Travis.
And it's amazing to see the passion that they have for their community and for the area and for the trails, the riding trails that we have here in New England.
Sabrina, you like to ride.
Definitely a good memory for me. I was on a 250 just last year. I had to take a rain check due to a back injury, but I appreciate you guys coming on out here for the 4th. Thank you guys. Be safe. That's all I have to say, please.
And they are addicting. Once you start riding, you do not want to stop. I had the pleasure of riding one of these ATVs through the desert recently. And I'm trying to figure out when I can get one of my own. It is addicting. And if I do, I'll have to join the Mass Trail Riders.
You could join Mass Trail Riders, Travis.
There we go.
All proudly displaying American flags in the backs of their vehicles. Let's hear those engines. Let's rev them. Woo! There we go.
Yeah.
So we like to hear this morning.
Some even passing out candy in the rides.
And it's great to see the families getting involved as well. You've got to have your own sound system.
Oh, yeah.
And training wheels on a dirt bike, start young. You'll be on a
Right.
250 soon, too.
Truck is provided by Matthews Service out of Sterling, Massachusetts. Was that music to trail ride by, Sabrina?
Oh, absolutely. You have to have something very high and upbeat so it can keep up with the speed of your bike, keep you in the right mindset.
And we have joining us right now again the Fitchburg Republican City Committee.
Republican committee here with their float with the American Eagle on it.
Yes, we have Andrew Kutcher and Mary Lotz.
Good to see you, Andrew.
This morning, and the other families involved as well.
Beautiful
and Katrina
paper
over there.
mache.
Happy 4th of July. Great to see the family. Representing the proud traditions, the bald eagle flying high this morning.
See the Fitchburg Sentinel very well represented this morning by Ashley Green right here at the reviewing stand. Ashley, good to see you. Vacation Bible School.
Yes, right now we want to give a warm welcome to the Beth Eden Baptist Church. Let's give these fine folks a warm welcome this morning. Let's hear it. Happy 4th of July. And again, their Bible school is coming up July 11th through the 15th. Find out more at BethEden.net. Happy 4th of July. Thank you so much for coming out this morning.
All of the superheroes represented here this morning,
Yes,
Travis.
and this year's Vacation Bible School is called Ocean Commotion. That's why you see the shark. We have the turtle as well and some other ocean creatures. Right here. And making their way towards the reviewing stand right now, representatives from the Faith Christian Church, located at 40 Botell Street. This year's float is called Faith of Our Fathers. They're a Christian church with a Jewish heart committed to stand Israel. Pastors of Faith Christian Church are Don and Donald Long. You can find out more information. The Faith Christian Church.
Well, it's good to see FATV's own Pastor Howard Shad as well joining us this morning on the float.
Well, let's give them a warm welcome this morning. Thank you so much for coming out.
And a quote from Abraham Lincoln this Independence Day: "The Bible is the best book which God has given to man." Special welcome to Pastor Howard Shad. Howard, good to see you this morning. Pastor Don Long.
And showing us those colonial traditions with those wigs out there this morning. And following them, we have Pride Auto Body, expert collision repair and towing for the people. Thank you so much for coming.
Of course, we saw Dennis Maxfield, the owner of Pride, earlier this morning
Yeah.
in that award-winning Chrysler.
And I am a big animal lover. We have ACE Central Massachusetts. They are a non-profit organization of volunteers dedicated to the care of animals in need. We're committed and educated the school, children, and families of Central Massachusetts about pet care responsibility. We assist in rescue groups and shelters in Central Massachusetts with funding and supplies to help ensure local animals find fur homes. ACE also sponsors low-cost vaccination and free microchip clinics. Our mascot, Ace the dog, a human in a dog suit.
Yes, and that's Rick Rossi this morning. A lot of
Well, I love
passionate
that
members.
Forever Homes. I mean, that is very, very cool.
Oh yes,
Forever.
forever home.
And there are a lot of dogs and a lot of cats that need forever homes. Contact ACE and find out how you can get involved. And again, they do sponsor low-cost vaccination and free microchip clinics And if you have a pet, you should get them microchipped, because if your fur baby ever leaves your forever home, you want to make sure they get home safely. That's again the fine folks at Ace, Central Massachusetts. With Ace the dog giving high fives. Let's get a loud welcome to them this morning. Let's hear it.
Happy 4th of July, guys.
And making their way towards the reviewing stand right now, having fun, bringing the sights and sounds of Hawaii right there. Let's see you guys shake it. Let's see it.
Woo!
Showing everything you got. We have the Life Care Center and the Life Care Center of Leominster. They're committed to providing, to being a premier provider of long-term health care, and their residents are the highest priority. The Resident Center approach ensures that residents' needs are met. The preservation of dignity, self-respect, and residents' rights in a loving and caring environment is essential.
We definitely have the weather for the tropical float.
Yes, and there's the Life Care Center of Leominster located at 370 West Street and the Highlands in Fitchburg at 335 Nichols Road. And Fitchburg, of course, well represented this morning with the Life Care Center.
We got some good tunes coming down our way.
This is the Spirit of Africa. They're a drum and dance troupe with musicians led by Muhammad Khalifa Kamara, master drummer and dancer from Guinea, West Africa. Thank you so much for coming out this morning. Let's see it. Let's hear your loudest welcome.
Travis, approaching the reviewing stand now, the Ahmadiyya Muslim community.
Yes, with love for all, hatred for none, couldn't agree more. Find out more at muslimsforpeace.org. Founded in 1889, their organization spans over 200 countries and over 15,000 mosques, over 500 schools, and 30 hospitals. Find out more at...
It has translated the Holy Quran over 70 languages and propagates the true teachings of Islam and the message of peace, tolerance through a 24-hour satellite television channel, the MTA. The Ahmadiyya Muslim Community USA is established in 1920 and among the oldest of American Muslim organizations.
Yes, their journal,
Good
The
to see
Muslim
you this
Sunrise, is
morning.
among the earliest and longest-running American Muslim periodicals. Again, more information, muslimsforpeace.org. You can also find stopthecrisis.us. Thank you so much for coming out. We want to wish you a very happy 4th of July. Let's hear it for them.
Hello, we have our public school systems walking up. Thank you guys for coming on.
Yes, the Mass Teachers Association with SaveOurPublicSchoolsMA.com. I want to thank the Hardworking Teachers Association. Their grassroots coalition of education, parent, student, and community groups that supports quality public schools for all and opposes a November ballot question that would lift the cap on privately run, publicly funded charter schools.
This ballot question would allow the state to approve 12 new Commonwealth charter schools. They are encouraging charters to expand into areas where they don't exist now, taking critical resources away from successful public schools.
Yes, again, find out more information at Save Our Public Schools MA. Happy 4th of July. Thank you so much for coming out and making their way right now. We have Great Wolf Lodge. Man, it is family fun out at Great Wolf Lodge, and look at how smiling and happy they are. They have so many rides, so many things to do, fun for all ages.
And I actually have a couple of friends that work at the Great Wolf Lodge. The Great Wolf Lodge is an indoor water park resort that has locations in Boston and Fitchburg. Family fun awaits and allows you the opportunity to swim, splash, and slide. The weatherproof of your family vacation is best indoor water park in the Northeast region. It's always 84 degrees and there's no sunscreen necessary. Grab a raft and your family and zip on down to the River Canyon and run together. take a jaw-dropping ride on the Wolf Trail water slide, splash around in a Cub Paw pool with your little ones, or relax as you float along the lazy river.
Yes, with a massive interactive water Fort Treehouse, over 68,000 square feet of pools and slides, the indoor water park resort is an unforgettable family getaway destination. It really is amazing when you walk in there and see everything, and everybody's always smiling. It's a ton of fun. So let's give them a warm welcome this morning. Happy 4th of July. Thank you so much for coming out. Great Wolf Lodge. And coming across right now, we have Association Carnavalesca. It's a large Dominican band of colorful dancers and drummers in spectacular costumes. They're keeping alive the Dominican traditions and making their costumes to keep evil spirits away. That is the Association Carnavalesca. And look at the detail in those costumes. And those help keep those evil spirits away. We don't want any evil spirits here at the parade. No. So watch as that whip keeps the spirits away. You can hear the crack of the whip. And Glenn, it is amazing the details that go into these costumes. It really is.
You know, Travis, this is really a display of the multiculturalism that exists right here in our city.
Yes.
Just another great example of so many different cultures and backgrounds coming together to enjoy this Independence Day.
And that is the beautiful thing about our nation. We are a diverse community. We are a diverse nation. And we have all these cultures that come together and form the United States of America. And here we have the Dominican culture being represented. Let's give them a warm welcome one more time. Let's hear it. And making the way to the viewing stand right now from Hollis Hills Farm, 340 Marshall Road in Fitchburg. Hollis Hills Farm was started in 2009 by Jim and Allison Latanzi. It all started with a small flock of chickens, and soon they added a few pigs, and it was brought to at a pig scramble at the county fair. Then they finally added some beef cows. Now in March of 2014, Jim and Allison bought the historic farm of their dreams, the 100-acre Marshall Farm in Fitchburg, just up the road. 340 Marshall Road, and with this purchase was the chance to share their passion, a small-scale diversified agriculture, and it came to life. Jim and Allison invite you to come visit their working farm, pick some apples, take a hayride, pick some pumpkins, or join for breakfast during the maple sugaring season. And they had some awesome strawberry shortcakes with their Strawberry Shortcake Festival last week. That's Jim on the tractor right there. Give Jim a warm welcome.
Great to see him giving hay rides this morning, Travis. And, of course, you know they have the farm to table right on top of the hill.
Absolutely, and they really do take that farm to table mentality and put it to business.
Happy 4th of July, Jim.
Yes, quality products there. Get your meats, Check out their pies. Their chicken pot pie is rivaled by none. It is amazing. Jim's rubbing his tummy right there. It is really, you have to have it and try it for yourself.
We missed the hayride this morning, Travis.
I know, I did miss the hayride. Jim, you owe me a hayride. I used to make your coffee at Dippin' Donuts.
And making their way through the viewing stand right now, Silvio's Masonry, 1280 Ashburnham Road in Fitchburg. For all your masonry landscape needs, contact David at 978-424-1786. Happy 4th of July. Thank you, David, and thank you for everybody else from Silvio's Masonry and Landscapes. Again, call them 978-424-1786.
You know, Travis, one of the marks of a great company is when they take care of their own equipment, and you know that your product's going to come out just looking like that.
Absolutely.
So here's Silvio's Masonry and Landscaping this morning.
Let's give them a shout out. Let's hear that horn. There we go. Give them a hearty round of applause. I know it's hot out there, but I know you've got more than that. Let's hear it one more time.
An awesome 2016 or 17 Z71 Silverado donning us with their presence this morning.
Yes. And listen to that sound this morning.
Just a little reminder of what's American-made with that Silverado cruising down Main Street.
Made in Fort Wayne, Indiana, by the way, Sabrina.
Is that... And enjoy the sounds of the Perfect Mix Entertainment Company, the oldest running DJ service based in and providing service to the Fitchburg area since 1979. Their award-winning DJ service has delivered great events from schools, proms, private parties, and custom weddings. Their DJs attend professional training and seminars across the country and parts of Canada. The Perfect Mix was instrumental in the planning of the Johnsonia Resident Relief Music Festival and Beamer's Employee Benefit fundraisers after both were affected by local fires, as well as many local benefits and helping local families. Contact the Perfect Mix for your next party for DJs, photo booth, and uplighting needs. Coming across the stands right now, we have Renew FM from Central New England, the vision of WJXP 90.1 FM and WFGL 960 AM, WJWT 91.7 in Gardner, and WTYN 91.7 Lunenburg. And Renew FM is to bring a message of life and hope to Central New England area through contemporary Christian vertical music and simple, straightforward Bible teaching. It is their hope that everyone will be encouraged by Renew FM. They would like to thank Colonial West Chevrolet for their support.
Colonial West, of course, Travis, supplying a convertible this morning for the young Americans, and Colonial West Chevrolet obviously providing additional support this morning for the 2016 Civic Days celebration right here in downtown Fitchburg. We're at the old City Hall at 718 Main Street, main reviewing stand.
And making their way past the reviewing stand right now, we have Horizon Christian Fellowship, 365 Broad Street in Fitchburg. They're a vibrant, Christ-centered church committed to sharing the love of Christ in their community and beyond.
I want to thank Aldrich Auto Body this morning for their great truck.
Happy Independence Day. And Horizon Christian Fellowship would like to thank Hector Aldrich of Aldrich Trucking and Performance Transportation of Fitchburg for their support. Happy 4th of July, and so much effort going into that float. Look at that arc. And all the kids.
If you read on the side of the float, it says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding." Proverbs 3:5.
Aldrich Transportation, that fine truck right there.
And making their way towards the viewing stand right now, we have the Salvation Army, known for helping the community in many areas of service. They're in the parade today to let the community know that their mission is not simply to feed the hungry or pay utility bills. Their aim is to meet the need in any way that transforms individuals' lives. Dave McDonald, their Salvation Advisory Board member, will be driving the Emergency Disaster Services Canteen. You can see Dave out front right there, and they're partnering once again in the Fitchburg, Leominster, and Lunenburg area to have teams assist and aid in the need of the disaster.
And thank you guys, the Salvation Army. You guys are also giving some water back out there today. Thank you so much, and happy 4th.
And driving their new minivan is Lynette. Lynette Valentine of the Salvation Army, with the Summer Fun Children leading the way. I want to thank those kids for getting up and coming out this morning, and they want to let your children know that they are here for them and enjoy making a positive, structured enrichment impact on their lives. If you'd like information on the Bridging the Gap with Summer Fun, please contact the Salvation Army in Fitchburg. And good morning, Lynette. Thanks for driving this morning. Happy 4th of July.
We see FedEx as a sponsor as well. Support provided by them. And the New Beginnings Ministry coming by the reviewing stand. It's a Pentecostal church located at 347 Main Street here in Fitchburg. Pastor Myra Lee has recently celebrated her 6th pastoral anniversary. They have a Sunday service and a Sunday school and a Wednesday Bible school. Good to see New Beginnings this morning.
And happy anniversary. Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July, guys.
Happy 4th of July. God bless.
This 2016 Independence Day celebration and parade, of course, remembering our very own Ray C. Shalafu, WEIM, WPKZ. Tribute to him this 2016 Independence Day, Travis.
And it was amazing to see the Ray C. Memorial Car Show, as the car show was renamed during the block party this past weekend. The first ever.
Mayor DiNatale giving the awards out, of course.
And now we have the Highland Baptist Church located on 19 Cedar Street in Fitchburg, Mass. Thank you guys for coming on
yes,
down.
give them a call at 978-342-9646. Celebrating their one-way vacation Bible school. Happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. And find out more information, call them at 978-342-9646.
And now we have the Tribe pulling up in front of us today. The Tribe Music Mentorship Project is an after-school and summer music empowerment program in residence at First Parish Church in Fitchburg, Mass. It was founded in 2010 by its lead vocalist and director, Will Darcangelo. The Tribe is a social enterprise designing 1/3 of the proceeds from its music and art to social innovation, scholarships, grants, and self-sustainability for its program and staff. Thank you guys for coming on down to Main Street this morning, and happy 4th of July.
And right now we have Canopy Lake Park making their way across the viewing stand. Canopy Lake Park located at 85 North Police Street in Salem, New Hampshire. It's a great place for summer fun. There are over 85 rides, games, and attractions. Canopy Lake Park this morning. So much fun for the family up in Salem, New Hampshire. Find out more information online at canopy.com. That's CANOBIE.com.
Travis, special shout out this morning, of course, to our very own State Representative Stephen Hay. Passing the reviewing stand now, his complete contingent. Re-election for Steve Hay. Good to see you this morning, Mr. Representative. Saw us for the pre-show. Fitchburg Access Television.
And still going strong and walking after about his third trek across the parade route this morning. Doing it all in long pants.
Want to say hello to Demetrius Phillips out there. I see him. Billy McSheehy, good to see you. Elizabeth Walsh, Fitchburg State University.
And can't forget the school committee joining us this morning as well. Let's give them a warm welcome.
This next special vehicle in our parade this morning, Travis, with Steve Hayes signs, is driven by Claudia Holbert. It's good to see her this morning. Celebrate Civic Days 2016. Daughter Haley. Special shout out.
Woo! Hey, coming up next we have folks campaigning for Thomas, or some of you know him, Frank Ardinger, for state representative, a voice, not an echo, on Beacon Hill. So I want to give Frank Ardinger, or Thomas Ardinger, some of you know him, a warm welcome this morning. And that is, of course, Mary Brooks, one of the ones carrying the sign. Justin Brooks' mom, for all you Leominster residents.
Justin Brooks.
Mary is quite the famous individual. Give Mary a warm welcome this morning.
Also, he's also a reason why we're here, a member of the Navy.
And Tom, stopping here for a moment to thank our veterans up front for their service and to shake hands and meet with the community members.
USS Whale represented.
Yes, Thomas is a Navy veteran this morning, one of many veterans making their way throughout the parade.
Thomas Frank Ardinger, first state representative. Something special coming our way, Travis, right here, to 718 Main Street. I see a mounted unit. Always love a horse in a parade. Another state representative candidate, Kim Maxwell. Kim Maxwell.
Yes, area resident from Fitchburg.
Not just horsing around.
And I'll tell you, that little pup has it easy. Gets to be carried along the parade route. Not a bad way to go. Getting some water along the way as well.
Oh, it's a llama.
It's a llama. It's gotta be a llama. So we got a llama, I believe, coming on up with Kim Maxwell.
Yes, a llama and a horse kicking off the campaign for Kim Maxwell, campaigning for state representative, Kim Maxwell. Good morning. Happy 4th of July.
The United Independent Party. Good to see you this morning, Kim.
Yes, and the United Independent Party endorsing Kim Maxwell.
More friends from Fitchburg, of course. We've got Kelly Johnson.
Woo!
Give Kim Maxwell a very warm welcome. Happy 4th of July.
Thank you guys for coming on out.
And I'm telling you, it's great to see all the candidates here walking the parade route, showing their commitment to the area.
More awesome cars from Colonial West Chevrolet here with our Corvettes.
We got Steven driving the red one. Happy 4th of July, Steven. Happy 4th of July, all the workers from Colonial West.
314 John Fitch Highway in Fitchburg. Come see what makes them the
Steve
premier
Silverio.
Chevy dealer in Central Mass. Listen to that horsepower.
Oh, yeah.
Colonial West just super represented today for the 2016 Independence Day. Can't say enough about their work. They've got that beautiful new building on John Fitch Highway, Travis.
Oh, absolutely.
They brought Corvettes, Camaros.
We got it all.
Colonial West Chevrolet. Look at this awesome vehicle.
Online at colonial-west.com.
In the Rocky Ridge Tahoe. Lifted on up, they got the off-road package.
They have some
The
really
Beard is
awesome
back.
cars.
And coming up, already introducing themselves as they make their way towards the viewing stage, we have Platinum Productions, Inc., located on Chase Road in Lunenburg. They offer wedding entertainment, school events, photo booth rentals, and more. Head to goplatinumproductions.com for more information. Listen to that sound system. If that's not going to get your party going, I don't know what will. And there's Platinum Productions and First Choice Limo, firstchoicelimo.com. And
Of course, the owner of First Choice Limousine, Dan Betancourt, just another hands-on great guy. Make sure that those cars are dependable, reliable, and safe. I'm sure we're going to see Dan today.
You know, Glenn, if we ask nicely, maybe you, Sabrina, and myself can get a ride in that limo to escort us away from the parade later on.
They always say bigger is better, and they certainly have that covered with this new Ford party bus.
That is definitely a beautiful sight. I think I have to go on a test ride before I actually book one out. What do you guys think?
Yeah, can we get a test ride on that later on? We got the thumbs up.
Entertainment and special event production services, specializing in live sound, lighting, and visual display options. This is the sound of Platinum Productions on Route 13 on Chase Road in Lunenburg and online at platinumproductionsma.com.
Taking a stretch limousine to a whole new level.
First Choice Limousine.
From First Choice Limousine, serving New England in style since 1992. On Route 13 on Chase Road in Lunenburg.
We have the Lincoln Navigator, Cadillac Escalade.
Yes. And that beautiful Ford Party Bus First Choice Limousine, owned locally and operated by Daniel Betancourt for the past 24 years. They've been New England's #1 provider of luxury ground transportation to their clients, high-level executives, and local sports celebrities. And check them out for all your rental needs. Call 800-370-LIMO, firstchoicelimo.com.
Chrysler 300. He's got all of the different manufacturers represented here today.
Yes, and if you prefer the classic limousine style, all of their 10-passenger limousines have flat-screen TVs with surround sound, privacy partitions, and tinted windows. And if you want to live in the evening up, they also have fiber lighting iPod connections for your music collection and a bar.
And yet another bus from First Choice Limousine, Travis, coming up.
And it is an experience getting on these party buses. They are a lot of fun. So much fun.
Is that the bus you took? You just came back from the casino, didn't you?
I did. I came back on that bus with a lot lighter wallet, if you will, from the casinos, yes.
I don't know too many people who don't, Travis.
Blackjack and I are not friends. I did all right in Casino War, though.
If you really want to win, you sit outside and have a hamburger.
I bet on red, and then I bet on red again and again.
Now I feel responsible for that. Bay State Jeepers, here they come.
Yes, they're a family-oriented four-wheel drive Jeep club formed to promote the sport of driving on primitive roads, requiring high-clearance four-wheel drive vehicles. It was founded in 1998 and incorporated in 2000. They welcome stock to modified Jeeps with a minimum tire size requirement of 30 inches. All Jeeps must be insured. Because they are welcome stock and modified Jeeps, they enjoy a widely diverse membership and a schedule of activities. All members are welcome on all scheduled BSJ runs. And you got to go ahead, check them out. Most trips are rated 4 to 6. They use a rating trail system from 1 to 10, but most trips are 4 to 6. It's so much fun getting out in these vehicles and getting out on those trails and enjoying just everything New England and Central Mass has to offer.
Great Rubicon model here, represented, coming over the reviewing stand now. This just in, of course, technology is fantastic. The first prize winner for the float competition this morning, Horizon Christian Fellowship. The second place winner, Great Wolf Lodge. And the
excellent.
third place winner, Fitchburg Republican Party. Want to thank A.J. Tarigny for sending that information along this morning. I know he worked hard on that. We want to thank our police officers as well that have kept us safe today during the parade.
Yes,
right here
those
is
bike
represented
routes.
On the bicycle is officer and former detective school resource officer Jim Achaprede.
Jim, a really great guy. Very nice
Jim is a great guy. Had the pleasure of working with James, and he continues to give.
And Glenn, if you ever get stuck out there on the road with the Bay State Jeepers on one of their events, they can even pull you back home. So even if it's a little tough your first time out, they'll make sure they don't leave you behind.
I think this is just for demonstration purposes.
Saving green, yes, being green right there.
An awesome dune buggy coming up here.
Yes, listen to that horn.
Looks very similar to the one that the Rivers brothers had.
Yes, and the Rivers Brothers has been family owned and operated since 1951, located at 112 Lunenburg Street, Fitchburg. Call them at 978-342-8978.
I know they're full service. They have detailing. They have the sticker shop right on Lunenburg Street, Travis. Another Fitchburg icon, been around for generations.
Yes, and coming across the viewing stand right now in that nice Ford Tonka truck, we have Big D's Auto Detailing, located at 17 Simons Road in West Fitchburg. They are open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 for all your detailing needs, offering complete detail service, a discount rate in dealers, a local pickup and delivery, as well as short and long-term storage. Look at how beautiful that truck is. Your truck or your vehicle can look just as nice with Big D's Detailing. Check them out online, bigdsdetailing.net.
Just a quick ride up the street in West Fitchburg on Simon Street, of course, Simons Road. Big D's Detailing.
And we can't forget West Fitchburg Auto Body, located at 179 Westminster Street, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Call 978-342-6042 if you need work done on your vehicle.
This is my favorite part, I think, thus far, guys. I got a motorcycle myself. A big shout out to the little dude on the mini bike. Happy 4th of July, guys.
And making their way towards the viewing stand, it's the Central Mass Rough Riders. From a family of motorcycle and automobile enthusiasts, they are bound together by a love of riding as individuals. They display aspects of family, community, charity, and passion for motorcycles and ethnicity. They will redefine your view of the urban rider. As a club, they raise the bar by promoting diversity, respect for individuality, and are positively influencing the image of sports, bike riders, and car and truck clubs. This is a lifestyle. And again, you're never too young to ride with the Central Mass Rough Riders. Let's hear it for them this morning. And a very strong showing indeed. The Central Mass Rough Riders continue to make their way through the downtown area on this 4th of July.
Of course, we want to shout out to our very good friend Rosemary Raymondelli right here at the reviewing stand. Longtime partner of our tribute friend Ray C. And I see those hard-working folks coming up here, Travis, westbound here on Main Street from the Department of Public Works, the people that make it all possible. Special thanks to everyone who attended the 2016 Civic Days celebrations and, of course, today's parade. Another thanks to Mary Hanlon and Hanlon family for preparing today's event. Jim McGrath, John Raschuti, the entire Fitchburg Access Television crew.
And again, as they make their way through the viewing stands, give one last warm welcome for the Central Mass Rough Riders. Let's hear for them this morning. Woo! Listen to those engines.
I'll have to stop and see you guys on my Ducati sometime.
I want to thank our Mayor, Steve DiNatale, the leadership that he offers the city here for this celebration today.
You know.
Happy 4th of July.
So on behalf of everyone here at Fitchburg Access Television, we want to wish you a happy 4th. Sabrina Raimondelli, thank you so much for joining us today for the 4th of July.
Thank you
this
guys
was
for
historic.
having me.
Special tribute to you, Ray, up there in heaven. And now back to you, Travis.
And we want to make sure we thank the hardworking folks over at the Fitchburg Civic Days community. They're making their way down with the DPW workers right now. We want to thank Diana Matavier, Jim McGrath, Angelo Bisol, Rocco Mamoni, Patty Martin, Pat Cochran, Ray and Diane Burnett, AJ Tarigny, Kelly Johnson, Sam Squalia, Nate LaRose, Joanna Ramo, and all of the hardworking folks over with the Fitchburg Civic Days community. If you'd like to get involved with the Fitchburg Civic Days, head to fitchburgma.gov/Civic Days. They work hard to make these events possible. And again, I want to give a special shout out to the Fitchburg DPW for all of their hard work. I want to thank the Fitchburg Fire Department as well and the Fitchburg Police Department. And again, we have the DPW workers rolling through right now, as well as the Fitchburg Civic Days Committee. I want to thank the Fitchburg DPW for everything they do all year long in the Fitchburg Civic Days. AJ Tarigny driving the truck right there. AJ working hard for the city as well. So many individuals work so tirelessly to put these events together for you, whether it's the Civic Days and the Block Party. Also, special shout out to Brian Butler. I want to make sure we don't forget Brian Butler this morning. So thank you so much to these hardworking individuals. I want to thank the residents of Fitchburg for coming out this morning. Special thank you to FATV for making this event possible. And a shout out to the following sponsors: FATV, WPKZ, Mount Wachusett Community College, Fitchburg State University, Dunkin' Donuts, Rollstone Bank and Trust, Workers Credit Union, Beers for Good, Johnny Appleseed Trail Association of North Central Mass, Finelli's, Unitil, the Mass Cultural Council, IC Federal Credit Union, DRS Technology, Gold Bowl, Six Flags, Great Wolf Lodge, Ron Bouchard's AutoStores.com, Canopy Lake Park, and Sitco. For myself, Travis, Glenn Fossa as well. I want to thank Sabrina Raimondelli for stopping by, and the entire Ray C family for coming out, making the trip from Florida to be with us this morning as we honor Ray C. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Have a happy and safe rest of the day. Thank you so much for coming out. Happy 4th of July.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah, that's very possible. I still own a company down in Leominster that does that, but I don't work there anymore. I don't have time. Yeah, I don't have time to do it anymore.